Never get trapped in a box. As artists, you want to remain as creative as possible and always leave your options open. But just how do we go about doing that? Let's talk about that in just a second.
All for the dough. All for the dough.
What's up, y'all? My name is CNI and welcome to Wrap Ups. This channel is dedicated to helping motivated independent hip-hop artists make the best music possible so they can share it with the world and make a big enough impact that they can create an adoring fan base that can support you not only financially but throughout your creative process as well. And it is in that creative process that you want to remain as open-ended as you possibly can. That means you don't want to get typecasted into making one type of song. Now, recently, if you guys watch the Hip Hop DX editorials that Murs does, I highly recommend them. He does an excellent job on them. But he came up with something that I thought was really interesting that I never examined fully myself, and that is the 3-lane theory. He was saying that there's pop, hip-hop, and hip-hop. And he was explaining how the 3 front runners in these 3 individual categories would be Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick Lamar. Now, the 3 of them kind of have their own lane. He was trying to say that every now and then J. Cole comes up with a song that could be considered hip-hop because it crosses over, and he feels like he made the song with the intention of doing so. That's a possibility. And obviously Drake makes music for the masses. He doesn't try to hide or sugarcoat that. If you haven't heard his new album Scorpion, it's out now. I listened to about the first 10 songs so far. It's good. I like what I'm hearing. And then of course we have Kendrick Lamar, who makes music that would not really be considered mainstream. A lot of his really big records are with other artists, and it's just a song that he's been featured on, and which I think is actually a really great move for him. It takes the pressure off of him having to come up with a club song or something that can be crossover. So I think the 3-lane theory and that understanding is an excellent explanation. But if we look at artists of generation past, they covered the full gamut of all 3 of these lanes, especially when you think of artists like Tupac and Biggie. I mean, they can literally do it all, from the most underground record that you ever heard in your life, from the biggest club record that you ever heard in your life. All right, both of them had the capability of doing that. So I think that they've demonstrated to us that it is possible to never limit your creativity, and you don't have to decide on just one of those lanes now that they've been defined as, the 3-lane theory or whatever. You want to be able to make as many different records as you possibly can. Always leave your options open. Always experiment in the studio. Never be afraid to make a song. Just because you make it doesn't mean it has to be released. I mean, you may listen back to it and decide it's horrible. It doesn't fit in at all with who you are trying to represent yourself as to the public. So, you can always just scrap the song or, find another use for it later. But never limit your creativity. You want to always leave that open. Always leave the option open to make any type of record possible. I do. I make everything I possibly can in the studio. I never, ever limit my creativity. I've made a rock song. I've made, songs over techno beats. I've made songs strictly for the radio, and I've made songs that were heartfelt. I've made songs that I knew would be underground. I never limit my creativity because you never know what you are going to make next. It could be the biggest song of your entire career. So never ever put yourself in a box voluntarily. Always be open-minded and create with an open heart, and you'll find that you'll make your best work, and that your best work is yet to come. And stay young at heart too. You know, a lot of people, they reach a certain age and they say, well, my era is over now, and now I don't understand this new young music, you know. And I think that's nonsense. You know, you only have two kinds of music, good and bad, and that's up to your personal opinion. You know, nobody can decide for you which one is which. You know what you like, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. So as an artist, make as much different types of music as you possibly can, because you never know where you're gonna hit. Alright, so that's just something I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that you learned a little bit here. If this is your first time here at Wrap Ups, I'd love to have you guys subscribe. Click that notification bell so you can be part of the notification gang. We do videos like this every Saturday and Sunday, and I would love to see you guys back here next time right here on Wrap Ups.